Okay, now I started.
What's up, y'all?
Hey.
It's Vincent in the house. Oh
Vin
shit.
Sorry. We're on our way.
I'm not buckled in.
Are you ever? I am.
Well,
safety first.
I got rebuked by a villager for shooting videos without having the seatbelt on. Shout out to the big homie. Alright, so we're on our way to the Impact Festival.
Five Finger Death Punch tonight, and in this moment.
Look out for the show review. It's very rock and roll.
Yes.
We're pretty happy, pretty excited.
Yep.
And then, of course,
my Tremont t-shirt.
Of course, we got KSE after that. It's going to be a good day. We'll give you guys updates all throughout the day.
Yep, we've dropped off the kids.
Dropped off the kids, for sure.
And we're hopping up on our Red Bull. Anyway, peace out.
I'm Vin.
I'm sorry.
That's Wally.
An ugly hotel room. Guys, look at these curtains. Seriously.
Yeah. This.
Whoa.
Yeah, show them the other place. The other side. Yeah, that's the full room.
Yeah.
For $300 because somebody decided to buy tickets, like literally as we entered the city.
By tickets, he means rent the hotel.
Oh yeah, rent the hotel. Shout out to Liz. Thank you for the tickets we got. Okay, show review.
Yeah, we made it.
So it's an all-day festival, and we're going to be 100 with you guys. I was not planning on spending 12 hours at that venue. Because what happens is that Sori and I, it's work, right? Because we got to make sure we chronicle everything for y'all. And we take that seriously. So, and you know, probably at Slipknot, I'll relieve you. I'll take all those duties to myself. But a lot of times at shows, we're like, whoa, that'll be really... So, like, we're always on the lookout for good shots for you guys. And maybe angles that, you know, try to give you guys exclusive content and make you feel like you're there kind of like we are. So... basically, long story short, it's like we go to shows, we love the shows, it's rock and roll, we love it, but at the same time, it's also, you know, it's about doing a good job for our folks. And I know you guys don't put any pressure on us, but we want to deliver for you guys. So my point is, I didn't want to do that for 12 hours, right? So, and then it's like an excuse to leave the kids. We get to go and hang out ourselves and stuff like that. So, I don't know where I was going with that. I don't know either. Maybe you were saying why we got there late? Yeah, we got there extremely late by the show standards, but... I wanted to see In This Moment. Right. That was a big thing. I want to make sure that Sori is able to see In This Moment. And Skillet was something that, like, when I was, like... 16, we started listening to some other music, but that was Christian. They're Christian, aren't they? Or are they not anymore? No, they're a Christian band. They still hold to the you know, Christian tradition. Holding the torch. So we saw them. Honestly, we caught the very, very, very end of their set. But we got Hero, so they did great. They did great though. And what was interesting about Skillet, what I saw was. They said, raise your hand if you've never heard Skillet before. Yeah. And like, it was a lot of people. Like 2/3 of the people, because, you know. Yeah. Unless you're in. But I felt like they converted people. In the sense of, like, yeah. People were pretty excited. People were jumping around and all. And it's really interesting, because the earlier the bands go, right, like the less popular they are. But they were able to get the crowd on their feet. Yep. That was cool. When we got to the venue, it's still not up on Instagram yet. No, because I had horrible internet and... Yeah. So when we got to, as of this moment, in this moment, so when we got to, maybe you'll edit this and put this at the front of the video, or maybe you'll leave it as is. So maybe we'll just say check Instagram and you'll see the... Well, yeah, so basically we showed up there. There's literally, would you say thousands of people? Yeah, I would. Yeah, so there's like mad people out there, and we're late. And we go to the box office, and they're like, we're like, yeah, we're on the list, da-da-da-da. And the last time we went we were late because we were shooting videos. We were shooting videos so people would have a video today and the next day. Yeah, but like, what I'm talking about, when we went to the box office itself. What about it? When we went to Static X, it was no problem. We went to Cradle, there was still no problem, because Lindsay... Yes. got us our tickets like 8 minutes before we hit the venue. Thanks, Lindsay. Shout out to Lindsay. But So we generally don't have a problem with passes. And so when we showed up, they're like, you know, Vince, oh, let's see the so she checks our IDs and all that. It's like, us.
You're not on here.
And she's like, you're not on the list. What I figured it basically, her spot was if you won tickets from the radio contest.
Well, I didn't know why you went to that window anyway.
Because she was free, and the girl before was saying all types of craziness, and I just didn't want to engage her.
Oh, I saw some interaction going on there.
Yeah, and I was just like, eh. So anyway, so we get the tickets.
Yeah.
Right? And, well, no, we went to get the tickets, and they were like, you're not there. So then, you know, we stepped to the side of her, and then, did you you shot an Instagram video?
Okay, so we just got here, and the lady was like, "We don't have your tickets here. We don't have your photo passes, your press passes." So now Vin's trying to email the lady to see like what's going on. So yeah, but.
So Sori shot an Instagram video about it, but her reception is this is a city called Bangor, which is like an hour and a half away from where we are. So her reception sucked. Anyway, so the guy shows up and says, man, I'm sorry, da-da-da. We had 2 photo passes for 2 days, plus 2 tickets for 2 days. Because what we're working out with a publicist of a band, we can't mention that how we got into this whole shindig in the first place. You know, I'm starting to ask for more and more stuff. You know, first it was, can we get tickets? Then it was, can I do a photo pass? But the big picture for us is, you know, can we get people there and all that? So we worked it out, and the publicist was like, yeah, you guys can have 2 tickets for 2 days to give away to people. And so anyway, it was right there on the phone. It was the email from the publicist, all that, and all the instructions and everything. And because of the mishap, they basically said, she basically said to me, can you just take these and go? She basically was like...
And then there was like another lady that came over, and she was like, what's going on here? Like, wanted stuff to start moving along, and I was explaining to her that we were media people, and then there was like this place like that you were supposed to... She told us we couldn't have our backpack, but it's like, we have all of our gear. How are we supposed to carry all this? She's like, you can't take a bag in there, blah, blah, blah. And then Vin's like, oh, well, we're media people. And she was like, yeah, you can't. And then I took out like just my camera case bag. I'm like, can I take this? And then she was like, I don't think so, but I don't know. She's like, talk to that lady over there. So I went over to ask that lady, and the lady was like, oh, you're media? She's like, yeah, we just have to check the bag and you'll be good. So I came back over, and then that lady was like, what'd she say? What'd she say? And I started, you know how I over-explain?
Yeah.
I started to say it, and then I was like, oh, yeah, we're good. I just like cut it down to we're good, because I'm like, if I say something, she
You kicked ass today.
Trouble. I'm like...
You kicked ass today on all fronts, Missy. You did good today. Yeah, so anyway...
Except I didn't gas up the SUV.
That's a completely different story. Maybe on a Sori side, you guys can...
Yeah, you can tell us who's right in that situation.
Can't believe you brought that up. But here we are, dear listener. Here we are. So anyway, we get into the venue, and it's cool, it's chill, and so Skillet's done their set because we came at the very end, and we're all meandering about, and this this girl comes up to me and says, well, she didn't come. I forgot. She basically came up to me and said, "Hey, can I have your media pass? Because here's media pass." And I laughed. I was like, yeah, sure. And she goes, oh yeah, because Five Finger Death Punch is my favorite band. And I was like, oh. Because the way that it works is they give you a pass, you get your camera, and you get to take pictures, like, on pretty much, past the barricade on the stage for 3 songs. Right? That's like the rule of thumb, is you get 3 songs to take your pictures and shoot your video with it, and then you move on.
Well, because everybody's cameras are up, and, they're just...
Yeah, it just becomes ridiculous. Yeah. And so, I said, yeah, no problem. I'll take my sticker, you go on the first one, and just stick with her, and you'll be good. She goes, oh, okay, thank you, da-da-da-da. So then we get on to In This Moment. And, man, I was really excited, more so for Sori. I'm not a giant In This Moment fan.
Yeah. I'm not a giant In This Moment fan either. Go ahead.
Go ahead, no, all right.
I just like some of their songs, and I was very excited because as the stage was getting prepared, like there was all this stuff coming onto the stage, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like they like went all out on that stage. Yeah. So I'm like, this is gonna be so awesome. And then what were you gonna say? Well,
yeah, that was like one of the first things I noticed is that, you know, once we started getting into the industry, it was, you know, that's where they make their money. That's where bands make their money, is touring, not necessarily record sales. It wasn't like that 30 years ago, and it's definitely not like that now with internet and stuff. So that's where they make their money. And so then every band has to decide how intricate their show is going to be, because that all costs money. That goes back to the record label. And so you'll see a lot of bands who, like, when they first start out, they say, oh, we like the stripped down hardcore feel. Right. It's also the most lucrative way to do a live show. But I'll tell you what, I mean, look, I mean, the pictures are here, the videos are here.
Yeah, it was, I loved the dance that the girls were doing. Like, not like the specific dance, but the idea of.
And she had them basically with her the whole time.
Yeah.
She was kind of like the Grand Pope pet, and then she had her, but it was really, to me, such a cool idea. And I kept saying, like, she's like a metal Beyonce, you know. Beyonce has her troupe of dancers and stuff, so she kind of combined that. I thought that was brilliant. I thought it was genius, like the way that she did it. And like when they started out, like they were there and like kind of surrounding her or whatever, and I thought, oh, this is a really good introduction. But I thought, okay, then they'll get off the stage, and they didn't.
You know what I like too? At the end of a lot of the songs, like they would join hands and put their hands up, stand in all a pose, and like at the end of the songs, I thought that was really cool, like the sisterhood. I don't know.
Yeah, I was thinking, or I was wondering to Sori, like, I wonder if those are family or because you know you get out of the hood, you want to bring your crew with you.
Cousins.
And it's a minor detail, and some of you probably won't even care, but the big takeaway for me for their live show was because they had those 4 girls or whatever with them. That said to me that in rehearsal, usually in rehearsal, you're just doing sound check and making sure everybody gets their cues and all this and that.
Yeah.
But like, she added a different layer of complexity to their live because it had to be choreographed.
Oh yeah.
And in metal, rock and roll, usually never worry about choreography to that degree. Most of the time they're choreographing, you know, the pyros going here, you go here, da 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 da.
Yeah.
But like, she added a layer of complexity to her live show, and I could tell her personality because she's brilliant at attention to detail, and I feel like she's probably, and eventually we're probably going to be able to talk to her, but I feel like she's probably the mastermind of that whole thing.
Yeah,
and
probably.
And I was pointing out to you, and it was a little bit weird considering what was going on, which Sori will tell you in a second. Well, and I kind of yelled this to you, like in the middle of one of the songs. But she would, you know, walk the stage, and then every time she was by her bassist, she used to touch his back.
No, I didn't see that.
You didn't see that.
No, I couldn't hear either.
Yeah,
this is so loud. You know?
It happened every time she walked around.
Oh, really?
And I was like, whoa, like. I appreciate that level of perfection, attention to detail. Yeah. Because she was basically saying, like, I'm here, like, so if you're moving around, I'm here.
I was confused. I did hear you say something about that, but I had no clue what you were talking about.
She did really, really, really good with that, because, like, that's a... Anyway.
Yeah. I like
that.
What they had on their faces, like... Yeah. They, like, when they first came out, they looked like, basically like nuns.
The girls.
The girls' outfits that they were wearing. Yeah. And she was like in this white and it had like this like crown type thing on top of her head. And then she did a cover of what song was that?
I forgot the name of the song.
It's the like an eagle.
Fly Like an Eagle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she did like that cover, and then everything kind of was like and she was like in this thing. It was just really cool, and I was like, oh my gosh. And I was like getting super excited because I'm like, where is this show gonna go? Like, what are they gonna do? Because there was other people that were saying like, oh, they do such an amazing show and stuff. And then they're like, I'm standing there with my camera, like, and then these girls like all of a sudden like I get wet. I'm like, what is this? And I look, and like, I see this other girl, she's dripping in her face.
Yeah.
I'm like, what is happening?
Yeah.
But then she like, she started like, she didn't look angry about it, so I was like, oh, maybe they're like friends or something. I wasn't really sure what was going on. So it was like some altercation between these two girls, and then Vin was like, oh, you know, he...
Well, I didn't get involved in the two girls situation, but what happened was there was this like smaller, skinny guy that was by
that's
me.
right, yeah.
And then the woman who got the beer thrown in her face, the dude was like 6'1", 6'2". Wasn't big, but
a lot bigger than the other guy.
He was a lot bigger than the other guy.
Yeah.
Well, the other guy's concern was, so these girls are going back and forth, yelling, swearing at each other, cussing at each other. Well, this family had brought in this little 10, 11-year-old kid.
Yeah.
So the I'll call him little man, was talking to the two women in conflict and saying, hey guys, can you not swear because there's a little kid over there.
Yeah. Oh, he said don't swear?
Yeah. He was upset that they were swearing because there's this little kid. He didn't want the kid and he's like, you know, you guys are funny, this little kid, let him enjoy the show.
Yeah.
Well then, the guy, the 6'1" guy or whatever, said, what? And that's when I got involved because...
I saw you like...
Huh?
I saw you go, you get like right in there.
Yeah, I said, yo, chill, fam, like, we're good, da-da-da-da. He was just, there's a kid. He's like, well, you do, he said to the guy, well, he looked at me, and then he goes to the guy, he's like, well, you do realize the environment we're in. We're in an adult environment. And I was like, yeah, fam, but, you know, I got kids.
Yeah.
So, if I wasn't there, I'd want somebody looking out for my kids.
Right.
So they squashed their beef, and then, you know, we got to be all... You know, everybody was friendly and happy, and the girl, they were arguing the entire show, but they were literally like two people away from each other, and if they both wanted smoke, they both could have done something.
Yeah, which, that's
You know
true.
what I'm saying? Like, it was just, you know, it was just ridiculous. It was funny because the girl that threw the beer in the other girl's face, like, she called security over.
The whole thing was...
And then the beer girl kept going after him, so I tapped the big guy. I'm like, yo, you got to go over there right now because she's about to get kicked out of this thing. And they had bought VIP passes.
Right.
And those are not cheap. But if you get kicked out, you get kicked out. So I didn't even see those people again. I saw the girl, and I didn't see the guy again.
Yeah.
So that was in this moment. Great show. Horror was crazy. The end. This is the end part right here, isn't it? It's so pretty.
Oh my word!
It's so beautiful.
It was I saw the guy like loading up those things.
Yeah.
I'm like, look.
Yeah.
I knew something that I was like, I can't wait for that thing to go off.
But you did a really good job capturing that moment, and it was cool. Like that was a cool moment.
Well, she ended on, you know, horror, and they had like. The women in the front that were like dressed like
they had the Handmaid's Tale,
and they had like shame written on their things, and then, you know, she's singing that song, and you know, I really like appreciate that, like where she's, you know, it kind of goes along with a lot of the stuff that you talk about on your other channel. You know what I mean? Like when she said that whole like, she either says you love me for everything you hate me for, or it's flipped the other way, but it's like that whole. You know, like female sexuality and stuff is celebrated in some contexts, and then other times it's like... It
was a beautiful moment, because I was looking around and a lot of the ladies were singing with like some reckless... I'll say, as far as like... Their fans were more... You know what was weird? Like, the kid...
Yeah.
I'm talking all over the place. You know the kid?
The little kid?
His dad was there, too. The guy that was going, the kind of portly one, and he was like 45 years old.
Yeah.
That was his dad.
Oh, really?
And he knew every single word to end this. I couldn't believe it. But anyway, it was kind of tough, to be honest with you, for me, on that particular song, like that part. Because I'm watching all the ladies sing, and they're singing with a lot of passion and stuff, and you know, there's a story behind all that.
Right. Well,
for all those people.
You could feel the, like, for me personally, like, when that part was happening, and like everybody was like really like singing, and I mean, I'm sure that there was men singing too, but I felt like that I could hear mostly just the women's voices, and behind that was like the cry in women's hearts.
Yeah.
Like, of all the stuff that has happened to women from the times that they're children all the way up to the age that they are now, because there's so much that happens to women, so much that they have to go through. I mean, of all the women that I've ever talked to, so many times there's been some sexual situation that's been bad for them. So, you know, it's just one of those things where it was like, I just felt like that all of us were like, there was like this camaraderie where we were like, this is like, but, you know, F all that. You know what I mean? Like, we're together and like...
Yeah, and at one point she said, let me hear it from my sister.
Yes,
and I don't think she followed up with dudes or anything like that.
No, it was like...
So, they're really, obviously, music is for everybody, but I feel like being at the live show made me see the importance of this particular band right now in our current...
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
And that was a unique experience for me, because... You know, I've never come to a realization like that before at a show. Yeah. So kudos to that band, because they put on a hell of a show aesthetically. They sounded great sonically. If you ever wonder if the way that she sounds in studio is the way that she sounds live, I mean, it's exactly the same.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like, no, she's hitting her notes. She wasn't, you know, she's crazy. So that was a moment.
It was definitely a moment, yeah.
So I'm glad that, you know, women have those types of outlet, at least those women, you know, in that moment.
Yeah.
And I like, this happens with Raven Black too, like I like women sticking together. Like I like to see women build each other up.
Yes, yes.
Because a lot of times, like in the media, they're stereotyped as tearing each other down and stuff. And I know in our village, like the women build each other up all the time, and always taking care of each other, and always saying good stuff about each other, like publicly too. But like, this is like sounding more and more like a cult. Outside of the village, it's not like that a lot of times. Yeah. So it's rare that you see women lift up other women.
It's super important.
So yeah. Anyway, yeah. Great set. They did a great job live, sonically speaking. Got the crowd into it, and I was actually a little bit surprised about how short their set was. I thought there'd be at least 2 or 3 more songs.
I thought it was just because I enjoyed it so much. I thought it went...
It went fast, and they were the band right before the headline band, so I thought they'd be there a little longer, but, you know, they did a really, really good job. So, after the show was over, we took you to the bathroom. That's when we took you to the bathroom, right? I took you to the bathroom? Yeah. I took Sori to the bathroom. She's like, I want to go to the bathroom. I'm like, alright, cool. She's like, I want you to come with me.
Yeah, he's like, go ahead and go. Yeah, but that's because, well, are we telling that story? Yeah, we're going to tell. Are we telling that story?
Nah.
You can't. You can't do it.
Nah. I purposely didn't tell that story.
Okay, I won't tell that story.
I had a situation the day before where I was tempted to go back to my old ways, and I would have. So I don't want to talk about the story that happened the day after. Okay, with that, all people are.
I know, they're like, what was it?
Okay, so we coming back from the bathroom, right? So I find the girl that I said, hey, we're gonna do the So basically, they give you these passes, and then you can go through the barricade. So Sori takes off my pass, and she's like, oh my god, I can't believe what?
She was like, you guys are serious?
She's like, I was just joking. I didn't think you'd ever do it. I'm like, no, I mean you're a fan. You've been here a while. You know, like.
She was so excited.
Yeah, so I legit gave her my pass, and it's not that big of a deal, guys. Oh, Vin's insane. Remember, you get 3 songs. I gave her my pass for 1 song, right. So before, it's no biggie. But so. I gotta tell you, that was a highlight of the night for me. Like, no disrespect to the bands, but that was
yeah.
And she what do I do? I said, just stick with her.
She was so excited.
Yeah.
She was super excited.
What happened? Her phone died?
Yes. Yes. So she got back there with her phone, and she like started snapping pictures, and then it died. So she was like, my phone died. I'm like, oh no. So she went back and gave you your pass back and stuff. Yeah. But I was like, oh my gosh, that stinks. But she was still super excited that she got to go back there. Like, she was mind blown that she could be like that up there.
Right there on stage.
And it was cool too, because she said that her father was in Desert Storm. Yeah. So she said that was kind of like a band, like Five Finger Death Punch was kind of like their thing together and stuff. So it's like a super special band to her.
That's like one of our most popular videos, Wrong Side of Heaven.
Yeah,
that was Death Punch song.
Yeah.
The other cool thing was there is a group of, I think they're like a motorcycle club. You're not supposed to say gang.
Oh, really?
So if it's like, you know, Saracens or something, you could say gang. But if it's...
Oh, okay.
But anyway, I think the name of the group is The Exiles, actually.
Okay.
And they're ex-military, and they're a biker community or whatever. So they were there, and I was like, you guys, you know, obviously paid my respects to the big homies, because shout out to our troops, man.
Yeah.
So that was cool, like running into those guys. Like it's just crazy, all the people you'll meet in rock and roll.
Oh yeah,
like,
yeah.
It was really, really cool.
There was a big age bracket too. Like the bracket was really, really vast. I thought,
and
there was some like little kids there, like little, and then there was like
Johan's age, younger
than Johan.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
The one that was up on the shoulders.
Yeah.
Younger than Johan.
Oh my gosh, that was one of the most crazy things I've seen at a rock show. Like the kid, like how cute she was. Okay. So. Yeah, she's like, what do I do? What do I do? I'm like, yeah, just stick with Sori. So she took and what happened was I had given her the pass, and I looked down because a couple of the media people kind of hang out with each other a little bit. So I was actually hanging out with a guy. He does something for the newspaper or something like that.
Okay.
Turner or something. And so he's like, yeah, blah blah blah. So I noticed when I gave my what's her name? Did we ever get her name?
Yeah, it's in my phone.
Once I gave my pass, I saw that the guy I was talking to was already there. And I said, hey, they're already back there, so go for it. So then, what did you say? What did you guys say? Because you talked to the security dude for...
Well, I just wanted to make sure... Her name is Ashley.
What's good, Ashley?
I just wanted to know, like, are we good to come back here or not? Because I didn't know if it was time, because I got back there and there was no other media people there. It was just like the staff. He's like, yeah, the media people are down at my throat's so dry. He's like, the media people are down on the other end. So we were like, oh, okay. So we went down to the other end and we were just like waiting. Well, while we're down there, it like took a while before the show actually started.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, like you could hear like all this yelling and stuff. And then like we look, and then you could hear like the staff was like, a fight, a fight, a fight. And then everybody was like trying to go over there, and like this one staff guy that was a larger gentleman tried to go over the gate to go in there, and then he was having a hard time to get over it. Yikes. I was like, oh my gosh, what's gonna happen? And then all the people are packed in so tight, and because there's like a fight, there's like a struggle in the middle of a crowd, it's pushing all the people on the edge up against the gate, you know? But I always think it's really cute when we're at a show and like a guy will take both his hands like this and hold the gate, and his girl's like right there. So he's like, there was a couple people that were doing that. So I was like, so you know, one of the guys, he was struggling, you know, to try to, because they were pushing really hard.
If you've ever been in the front row at a rock show, like it's a very strange feeling. Because when it's like that, just beginning, it's like, oh, like a battle of wills and stuff. But it's just like a wall moving in on you when everybody's going in one direction.
Legit.
It's like that thing on Mario. You know how the back of the level used to follow you?
Oh yeah, that's
and it would like eat you up. Yeah, it's like that.
Yeah. Every time I'm in those situations and there's a crowd that big, like I always think, I get it now, how people can get trampled in such an environment, because like people, when they're like in survival mode and just trampling over each other, like I used to be like, how does that even happen? Like why don't people stop? Well, the thing is, if you stop, the crowd's gonna, it's just terrible. There was a lot of people, and I'm like I look, okay, I'll go over there. If something happens, I'm gonna go. Like I always have to have an escape plan in case something goes on. So yeah.
So Five Finger comes on. So she comes back. She's like, yeah, my phone died. Da 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 da. I was like, oh, I'm sorry. Did you? She's like, oh my gosh, you know that.
I know. I felt so bad. I was like, oh, that sucks. But I got her information, and I'm gonna send her the the pictures.
Yeah, I'm just very, very glad we were able to do that. And she's hard work. Her was out with her husband too.
Yeah, she was there with her husband. They have a couple. They have a couple kids.
If I'd have known that they were together, I would have just gave them both of our passes for that one song.
Me too. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'd have given them the camera. Go for it, because I mean, I just didn't know they were together. But so I was talking to him, and he was telling me about she manages.
A restaurant.
Yeah.
It's called Irving.
And she's really, you know, I just, it's like, you hear that, you hear she's hard working.
She had to be there at 7 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. What?
Yeah, she's like, I'm going in at 7 tomorrow morning. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, like, to be able to do that for somebody like that, man, like, yeah, there's no way to even explain it. So.
Yeah.
So then I took the handoff and I went there, and you know, I'm taking pics, Sori's taking pics. This dude, like, I'm like literally taking pics next to the guy, right? And 5 Finger Death Punch is on. And it's like their second song. So it's like, it's a poppin' song. And the guy goes, the other camera guy's like, hey, you're So this picture that you're looking at right now was literally taken as we were all out, like, so there's the crowd, the barricade, media, stage.
I just happened to roll up when you guys were about to take the picture.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what?
Yeah, and the guy was like, oh my gosh. And of course, all you're seeing is, you know, the guy, you know.
It's so loud.
And I said, yeah, man, you know, hug the, you know, hey, you know, it's all good. And then, I took a picture with him. So, like, that was, like, in the middle of us, in our immediate time, the photo and all that, like, there we, like, that to me was, like, a badass moment right there. I tapped myself on the shoulder for that. But I just thought it was really, really cool. Like, what are the odds, you know, that you run into somebody that I apparently loved the channel. I think I annoyed him, though, or upset him more. I feel bad. Because what happened was, they threw a pick at, well, the guy really threw a pick at me, though, I'm not gonna lie to you. It was to me. Okay. Oh. But, well, what do you mean? They liked me. I was the only black, I was the only black jelly bean in the crowd. Y'all know how that goes. They liked me. And then the dude from 5 Finger Death Punch gave me a pound.
No, I tried to capture it.
He gave me a 5. Of course, Sori never captures all the amazing shit that happens to us on these things because, you know, I
did get this picture, if I put it in there. You can look. There's a tiny little Vin head in there. And he was, when you're right up at the stage with your camera.
Well, a big thing I wanted to get was it. So anyway, so the pic, and then it's on the ground, right? So the guy, okay, now I feel less bad. Now I feel less bad. So what happened is I turned to one of the guys' camera, and everybody's pointing down like, yo, there's a pic, because they all want it, obviously, but we obviously have the advantage.
Right.
And so I showed him where the pic was. I could have got the pic myself, but I showed him where it was.
Oh, okay.
And then he gets it, and I'm like, give it to the fans. Give it to the fans. Because I'm thinking, because when we were at the Static X show, you know, they were throwing, we were just giving them away and all that because, you know, the show's for them, not for us, right? So I'm like, bro, you got to give it to the fans. It didn't even occur to me, like, you know, you're going to Korn in 2 weeks and Slipknot in 2 weeks and doing media for both. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, so it's like, well, what if he wanted to pick Vincent? I'm like, give it to the fans. So the poor guy, like, gave the pick away, and I shouldn't have. Oh! Jesus. They just threw a pick at you, there it is, right there. Right there. I thought you were going to give it away.
See, those are my favorite
scenes. Give it to a fan.
I'm not kidding you.
If you're the guy from that show that I made throw the pick away, send me something and I will make it up to you from one of the shows that we go to next. I'm not even kidding.
Yeah.
I feel bad.
No, you're not giving this. If you get anything Slipknot, I already said it's mine.
Okay. Email me. I'll get you something. All right.
We'll buy you a shirt or something. 5
Finger Death Punch, man. Were like, their audience engagement was pretty crazy. Like, it was. There were, like I said, thousands and thousands of people there, and it felt like everybody was there for them.
Yeah. Yep.
Like,
That wasn't it. Zoltan, let's fucking.
And obviously they were main staging day one, but it was just got that kind of feeling to it.
Yeah, he seemed like he was going around like really engaging the people in the front. He was shaking people's hands. He was high-fiving people.
He asked somebody for a flag.
Yeah.
He said, and that again, like that's the shtick with Five Finger Death Punch, right? Super patriotic, partial to vets. So you're gonna see, and it was really cool too because the place we were standing in, I guess, was like the VIP place.
Yeah.
So between pictures, it was like right up to the front.
Yeah.
But then there was like a whole like it was like 100. There was a lot. There was a lot of people there in that little space. So.
Yeah, there was.
Yeah. So. The military guys, yeah, that's where I was going. The military guys, when I look back, so I went to talk to them and I said, "Hey, they all got passes just because they were in the military."
Oh, I thought that's what you said.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
I wanted to confirm. A lot of people don't know that because a lot of these bands are so generous or whatever, and they're so altruistic. Say whatever you want, but they don't tell anybody. Mm-hmm. So like there were like 5, 6 vets.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Something like that.
And they all got in, and those things aren't cheap, but
yeah.
They all got in. And they're old ladies, too.
They're old ladies?
Yeah. When you're in a biker club, that's what you call your girlfriend or your wife.
Old lady?
Your old lady. Even if they're like 19 and 20. Which
that's why they said that.
I know what you're thinking. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I am thinking that.
Old lady, yeah. That's what that means. It's your girl. It's your main squeeze.
Ooh.
My main squeeze. Huh?
Your only squeeze.
Yeah, so all in all, great day. That was another cool moment he asked the dude for the flag.
Yeah.
And then he's like, be careful, don't let it hit the ground. You know, which of course, and then he's like, you mind if I sign it? Which is like, I actually cringed a lot. That's illegal. It's against the law. It's actually a desecration of the flag. It'd be better if you dropped it on the ground than sign it. But at the same time,
we saw what he was doing.
it's the spirit of the law, not the letter of the law.
Right.
Like.
Right.
And they're talking about the troops and all that, and they, you know, so they know. And so I'm always fascinated when people have that knowledge, that self-awareness, and that awareness of their people to know. Hey, American flag. So anyway, all in all, great day.
Yeah.
No fights happened. Well, there was one fight that happened, but the people around us were just.
Yeah.
It was just.
Yeah.
You know, no smoke, no fire, no smoke.
Nope.
So yeah, and then tomorrow is gonna be Kill Switch freaking Engage.
Yeah.
And I am pretty excited. So thank you guys so much.
So wait, the last time we said, when we left, we tried to find some place to eat, and Vin was like, let's just go to Longhorn, but we have like so few places to eat in Maine that like, I was like, no, let's do something different than Longhorn.
It was 10:30 at night,
right,
y'all.
so we had to hurry up and pick something before stuff closed. And I was like, oh, there's like a pub that's open and we can get food at the pub. And so anyway, we like went to this place, like that place wasn't open, this place, it was like we were going all over the place, and finally somebody was like, yo, you should go check out this place called Seasons, it's down the road, and the food is amazing, it's awesome there. And I was like, really? Okay. I'm like,
awesome food.
I'm like, it's not like a Denny's, right? Because I don't like Denny's food. And
yeah, I remember you saying that.
He was like, he's like, no, not like Denny's, it's way better. It was Denny's was better, in my opinion. So anyway, we got down there.
So the show is done, and we are now at the restaurant. Vin is trying to make sure that our upload for tomorrow is ready for you guys, and we're gonna eat some food. I ordered some cheese curds. If Vin knew they were called cheese curds, he would lose his mind.
It was gross. The waitress was cute though. She was nice. We talked to her and laughed around a while.
She's gonna join our cult.
Yeah, she's gonna join our cult. But anyway, yeah. So don't go to the Seasons.
Whoa!
The last time when we went to that other show, we said you should go to the Dead Horse. What is it, Dead Horse?
Dead Horse Inn or something like that. Yeah.
I'm like, go to the Dead Horse. The Seasons, don't. And you know what? I don't even think that the stuff wasn't cheap either.
No. It was almost the same price.
Yeah.
They weren't that expensive. So, yeah.
So, anyway.
Can't believe you said that.
What? I'm giving people, they're going to get honest reviews from me about the local areas.
There you are. There you are. There, listen up. So we'll be back.
Oh, my ice cream.
I put it in the fridge.
You did?
Yeah, I put it in the fridge for you.
Thank you.
I love you. Do you believe in love after love? Okay, I think that's it. We will
reconvene
circle back
tomorrow.
We shall reconvene. Mañana. Vin out.
Sori out.
Gone. Mañana means tomorrow. I wasn't doing Beto O'Rourke. I'm just Vin out.
No sense to me at all.